You have discovered the fate of the dwarven colony and seek to leave Moria, but exiting may not be as simple as entering. Hello and welcome back to the Line Unbroken, my series in which I'm playing through each of the scenarios of the Lord of the Rings living card game in turn, using only cards which were available at the time of release. And here I'm about to round out the Khazad-Dum deluxe expansion with Flight from Moria. There is a presence in the dark. Set up prepared quest deck. Add the nameless sphere to the staging area. Remove all copies of a foe beyond from the encounter deck, then shuffle one copy of a foe beyond per player back into the encounter deck. So, shuffle two copies of a foe beyond. And let's just take a look at it. The last player deals damage equal to the nameless sphere's attack to a hero he controls. This effect cannot be cancelled. Of course, this is the Balrog chasing, once again representing, well, imitating events from the books, but not directly representing them. It's the Balrog chasing them when Gandalf says this is a foe beyond any of you. And so the idea, obviously, is that whoever's the last player is maybe lagging behind a bit and gets picked off by the Balrog. The nameless sphere, that it is here. So, as you leave the 7th level, the air grows thick and drums begin to roll from the deeps. A man-shaped shadow, yet greater, masses at the end of the hall and begins to head straight for you. When revealed, reveal one encounter card per player and add it to the staging area. Then add a presence in the dark to your victory display. The abandoned tools. Okay, that's nice, but guarded. Guarded by a foe beyond, but okay, the last player deals damage equal to the nameless sphere's attack to a hero he controls. The nameless sphere's attack is equal to the number of victory points in the victory display. I did shuffle the encounter deck, didn't I? Yes. It just shuffled it back to the top. So currently, the nameless sphere's attack is 0. And that was the guard for the abandoned tools. So that's very nice. New Devilry. If the players are not on stage 1, shuffle the current quest card into the quest deck, then reveal a new quest card. That can be very annoying, but right now we are on stage 1. Otherwise it gains Surge. Stray Goblin. Okay. And now we add this to the victory display. And so I'm just going to put 2 resources on the nameless sphere, so that I remember that X is equal to 2. It has 2 threat, 2 attack, and 2 defense. The threat and attack are the only ones that are actually relevant, to be honest. And now, the quest deck, which should be shuffled at this point. And so, we only flip it to side 2B at the beginning of the staging step. As the presence draws near, doubt and fear surround you like a vast shadow. You must find daylight. You must escape from the black pit. So, we begin the game. Control N. Alright, let's put these boots from Erebor onto Gloin. Pay... Oh, I hit the wrong button. Not damage. Pay 2 resources for Steward of Gondor. Again on Gloin. Exhaust it to get 2 resources back. And leave it at that. Over here. Actually, no. Send one of those resources over to Biffa. Biffa will pay 1 for Erebor Record Keeper, and let's also have a Veteran Axe Hand. And now let's quest. The beginning of the staging step is when we flip this to side 2B. So, There is 4 threat in the stadium now, so let's quest for 3, 5, 8, 10. Oh, sorry. Flip this over. Ah, blocked by shadow. The first player chooses one of the following. Each player discards one card from the top of the encounter deck. If the card is a treachery card, that discarding player is eliminated from the game, or reveals the next quest card, putting blocked by shadow on the bottom of the quest deck. So, of course, one can take a chance and potentially finish this quest on round 1. But it's very risky. There are quite a number of treacheries in the encounter deck, and so you could alternatively just eliminate yourself from the game. So I will choose to put this on the bottom of the quest deck and reveal the next one. Blah blah blah, Black Pit, escape the Black Pit. A wrong turn. Reveal one encounter card per player and add it to the staging area. So, this all happened at the start of the staging step, so we are now resolving the quest card effect. The Goblin Archer is killed by Tharlin, and now we do our regular staging, having resolved the quest card. Great Cave Troll. And Chance Encounter. Top enemy in the encounter discard pile. I'm not sure if there is an enemy in the discard pile. Oh, no, there is! The Goblin Archer. So I put it into play, engaged with the first player. So that's actually only added 4 threat to the staging area. So 10 versus 8, I make 2 progress. And add this to the victory display. Reveal the next one. That's another 2 on the Nameless Fear, which may end up as a problem. Because one can take the approach to this quest of deliberately trying to underquest to avoid completing these quest stages and thus adding victory points. But then it can be very hard to fine-tune your questing to that extent. So, okay, I'm far from needing to engage the Great Cave Troll, so I think I want to leave it there. I do have to take this Stray Goblin and Goblin Spin. Let's just take them as they naturally fall. Let's see. So we'll take the Goblin Archer undefended. This attack is undefended, so I raise my threat by the Nameless Fear's threat to 33 and deal 1 damage to Gloin, gain a resource on Gloin. Yeah, I'm going to take the Stray Goblin undefended as well. It's a risk, but nope, it's fine. 2 more damage on Gloin, 2 more resources on Gloin. And now over here, I will defend with the Veteran Axe Hand. Takes 1 damage. And then I'm going to exhaust Gimli to claim the Abandoned Tools. And over here, Dane and Dwalin attack for a total of 4 to kill the Goblin Archer, and Dwalin lowers my threat by 2. Discard these shadow cards and control in. Alright. Doing alright over here, so I don't necessarily need to play any of these. I can possibly save up for maybe Landraval. Over here, start stacking up all those glowing resources that I can't spend. And yeah, let's play Gandalf and use the ability to draw 3 cards. Alright, and then let's play 1 for a campfire tale, so each player can draw 1 card. Right, it's going to take 12 to kill that great cave troll. 6th in the staging area. And I will pay 2 for Blacksmith Courage on Gimli. So, that's quest at the 6th threat in the staging area. So, 3, 6, 8. Hmm. 11. Found well, okay. So random discard, Faramir. And a random discard, Faint. That's very annoying. That is a card I would like to keep. The Goblin Archer is killed by Tharlin. Oh, once again I forgot to flip over the quest card. Heading down, okay. It looks like you may have to head back up the other way. So I'm investing from 11 versus 9 now. So I make 2 progress. And that will be it. I will travel to the Fouled Well. And move on to combat. There we Gimli will defend against the Spearman. Deal damage equal to the Nameless Sphere's attack to the defending character. The Nameless Sphere's attack is 4, so Gimli lives. Excellent, and that's both copies of the Foe Beyond out of the encounter deck now. So it's a while before I have to worry about it again. Over here. Yeah, I didn't quest with Gandalf. Wait, was I planning to engage this cave troll? No. Feint is gone. If I still had the feint, then I could do it. But I don't. So, since Gandalf's still here, we may as well defend. I can only get plus X number of players, still no damage. Since Dane is still ready, the Veteran Axehand is attacking for 3. It kills this Goblin Spearman. Then Dane and Dwalin can attack for a total of 4, killing the Stray Goblin and lowering my threat by 2. And then at the end of the combat phase, players may bypass this quest card at the end of the combat phase, which means I'll put it to the bottom of the quest deck and move on to the next one. Gandalf lives play at the end of the round. Control lane. Alright. Campfire Tales. Oh, what the hell, that's a little bit dangerously, not save a resource for Test of Will, but to put an ancient Madam on the Foul Well. I think I still want to keep saving up my tactics resources. And my law resources. There's nothing much I could spend them on. So let's quest. 4, 3, 5, 8. Sixth threat, still, yeah. Same as last round, 11. New Devilry. Ah. I could cancel. Oh, sorry. Heading up. Well... okay, yeah. We'll do it. Shuffle the first card back in and reveal a new one. Blocked by Shadow. So, as the first time, I'll put it to the bottom and reveal the next one. Hasty Council. Ah, okay, when you pause momentarily to consider your options. Shuffle all copies of Foe Beyond from the encounter discard pile back into the encounter deck and reveal the top 2 cards of the quest deck. Choose one to put from the active quest and put the other on the bottom of the quest deck, then add Hasty Council to a victory display. So, this card is a mixture of good and bad. Puts a Foe Beyond back into the encounter deck, which is of course potentially scary, and it adds more to the victory display. So I have a choice between heading down and Narrow cards. Well, and if I reveal both of them, then I trigger the effects of both? I'm not sure. I think, since it does say to reveal both of them, I do count them both. So, okay. So each player chooses one questing character, and each other character doesn't count their willpower, so obviously that would be Gloin and Biffa. No, it says they don't count their willpower. It doesn't say they're not questing. So Tharlan is still committed to the quest, he's just not contributing his willpower. So I'm now questing for 6. Yeah, I've already resolved that fully. And so then I will choose heading down to be the active quest. Narrow paths on the bottom of the quest deck. I'll add hasty cancel to my victory display, which increases the threat in the staging area. And that was the first card of staging. And the second is a Foe Beyond. Right, this effect cannot be cancelled. So that's 6 damage to a hero, controlled by deck 2. Tharlan is dead. That's really annoying. I did shuffle the encounter deck when I put them back in, didn't I? Yes, I did. Oh, that is incredibly annoying, because my plan was to just play Landraval next round, when I would have had the resources, and he would have been a safety valve against Foe Beyond. But no such luck. Dead hero. Okay. So, 6 willpower against 8 threat. Nothing I can do to change that. We each go up by 2. Still don't need to engage this great cave troll, which is good because I can't really deal with it. I suppose I could sort of gradually deal with it, but I think I should be alright to just leave it there for a bit longer. At the end of the combat phase, I'm going to put heading down on the bottom of the quest deck and move to the next one. Right. Now, maybe I should have played Steward over onto a tactics hero to afford Landraval quicker. I'll pay 3 for the Daughter of the Nimbadel. Over here, Navi's Belt. And then exhaust Navi's Beltling Spirit. Khazad-Dum Miner. And why not a Northern Tracker? Okay, 8 threat. 2, 5, 8. 11. $13. Dark and Dreadful. I will cancel that. I don't want my record keeper and sigil miner to die. X damage to 1 allies. He controls number of allies he controls. So it's 2 damage to an Orban tracker, and I guess I'll deal 3 damage to this veteran axe hand, who's now dead. Oh, again I forgot to turn the quest card over. Escape from Darkness. This is the one I'm looking for. This and Blocked by Shadow are the 2 ways that you can actually win the quest. There is a weakness in the walls. You can practically taste the freedom beyond. Abandoned Tools gains refresh action. Exhaust attached hero to put a progress token on Escape from Darkness. Players may bypass this quest card at the end of the combat phase. Progress tokens cannot be placed on Escape from Darkness except by Abandoned Tools. If the players defeat this stage, they escape and win the game. So, 13 willpower versus 8 threat is exactly enough. To explore the fouled well. Tree the Ancient Madam to draw 3 cards. Somewhat superfluous. I still don't need or want to engage the Great Cave Troll. I will not bypass this quest card at the end of the combat phase. So, in the refresh phase, Control R, we've refreshed, and so on. The first player token should have passed at this point, etc. Gimli has the Abandoned Tools attached, and its refresh action, exhaust attached hero to put a progress token on Escape from Darkness. So, I will exhaust him for the progress. I will then ready him with Unexpected Courage, and exhaust him again to put another progress. I will then spend a lore resource and exhaust the Erebor Record Keeper to choose and ready a dwarf character. I will choose Gimli, and then exhaust him to place 1 more progress. I now need 1 more to win the game. I should mention at this point that, of course, the easy way to beat this quest is just to use Boromir, who can ready at will by raising your threat. Give him the tools and he can do what is known as the Woodpecker. But I've still done pretty well. I can get it at the end of next round. So now Control N. Of course, interesting thing about a refresh action, that the action window in the refresh phase comes after you ready all your characters, well, all your cards rather. And so, using a refresh action that requires exhausting means that character will be exhausted for the next round. Alright. So, send the resource over to Biffa. Under the circumstances, let's play the Beyonding Beekeeper. May not be that much use, but do it anyway. And I will play Noble Hammersmith. And the attachments in discard piles. Well, there's that Ancient Madam. Ancient Madam it is. Alright. So now all that remains to do is quest. 3, 5, 8, 10. What should do? Yeah, I forgot to use the Daughter of the Nimrodel last round, which I should have done. Shadow of Fear, first player. Limit 1 per hero. Attached hero cannot exhaust or radiant. Its text box is treated as if it were blank. Pay 3 resources from attached hero's pool to discard this card. So I'll put that on Gloin. He can potentially get rid of it straight away. And it's not such a big deal if his text box is blank. Whereas you don't want to put that on Dane, because then suddenly your dwarves aren't superpowered anymore. I do not want to let that resolve. Not that it's that big a deal, but still. So, 10 versus 8. I can't place progress on Escape from Darkness by any means other than Abandoned Tools. But I will exhaust the Daughter of the Nimrodel to heal 2 damage from Gloin, just to make my score a bit better. I may as well discard the Beyonding Beekeeper and deal a point of damage to the Great Cave Troll. There, I used his ability. Isn't it great? Spend 3 resources to discard Shadow of Fear. None of this matters. Control R. Refresh. I'll exhaust Gimli with the Abandoned Tools to place the 4th progress token on Escape from Darkness and win the game. Only 4 completed rounds. Had a dead hero, which it's been a while since that happened on the Line Unbroken. But that is Flight from Moria. Turned out somewhat easier than 7th level. But, well, easier and more difficult in different ways. I ended up with a dead hero here, and I was sometimes struggling a bit against the staging area, but the quest stages just fell out quite nicely, which is a thing with this quest that, you know, it can be quite random depending on what quest stages you get when, since you're just randomly going through all the different stage 2s. Of course, in the Nightmare version of the quest, when you bypass a quest card at the end of the combat phase, instead of putting it to the bottom of the quest deck, you shuffle it back in. So you can't guarantee that you're cycling in a helpful manner. You have to, you know, take more of a chance on it, or actually complete quest stages, which increases the threat of the Nameless Fear and makes questing more difficult. Also increases the attack of the Nameless Fear, so a foe beyond is more likely to kill you, but once it reaches 5, once you get 5 victory points, then that's already enough to kill almost any hero, short of hit point boosts. I'm disappointed that Thalin died 1 round before I could play Landreval, which would have saved him. I think that may have been why I put Landreval in this deck, because I had that in mind. I suppose, actually, to make my score slightly better, since it's refresh phase, everything's refreshed, I could have used the Daughter of the Nimrodel to heal 2 points off Gimli, then bring my score to 116 instead of 118. Regardless, that went pretty well, and so now let's move on into the Dwarodelf cycle. I'll see you next time for the Redhorn Gate. Goodbye.